to my project of story sharing. I'm just doing this in this time of a lot of bad news and fear and isolation, and just wanted to bring some joy and levity to our situation. I'm reaching out to our community and hopefully can introduce you to people that you maybe don't know. And I think we're all going to have a great celebration at the end of all of this. So maybe we can make some new friends along the way. I'd like to welcome Jenna Brooks today. She's a realtor here in London. I met her not too long ago, so she's sort of a new acquaintance of mine, but she's a lot of fun. She has a great Instagram, so definitely check that out. It's always a joy every day to see that. So welcome, Jenna. Thank you for joining me in this very low-key interview show.
Yeah, no, this is awesome. Thanks for having me.
Oh, no worries. So just to start off, I gave a little bit of a blurb about you, but if you could tell me who you are, what you do, and how this self-isolation has really affected you personally and with your business.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so you're a local realtor. That's kind of my shtick in London, Ontario. So London and surrounding area. Sutton Select is my brokerage, and I'm a third generation realtor. So my grandfather was a developer. He actually co-founded the real estate board way back in the day. So that's kind of cool.
That is cool.
My father was a realtor with Sutton Select, and then both my brother and I are currently agents with Sutton Select. So we have that whole family dynamic, but actually I'm born and raised London, but I lived in Toronto for 15 years. My first career was in fitness and health. I was a personal trainer, a pro trainer, so a trainer of trainers, and then I helped develop and build fitness facilities. So I was like a regional manager. So 2 years ago, I decided to finally, lay down some new roots, and my husband and I moved to London, and so that's when I started up the real estate business with my family. So I operate independently from my brother, but him and I are obviously big sounding boards for one another. So
Right.
that's really fantastic. Yeah. So it's a lot of fun. It's
nice.
a lot of fun for me, especially the community side of things. So like you're doing, and with these types of interviews, and I did with you, I did the community connections, right? So I really love to engage with the community, show people, this is the person behind this business. Like you really need to get to know them. And I believe that, we are stronger together, and it's not cliche even right now, because look at their current situation, right? The lay of the land, everybody is forced to connect now virtually, and be stronger together. So
Absolutely.
yeah, it's interesting how the world works. That's for sure.
Yeah. So how has this been for business? Are you able to keep doing business as such? I know you can't have open houses and things, obviously. I saw that notice. Are you able to?
So yeah, real estate agents, we are deemed an essential service. So at the end of the day, it's to trade real estate, like it still has to happen. People still need to move. But that being said, it's definitely slowed down, and for the right reasons.
Right.
So with my sellers and my buyers, unless there is an immediate need, and immediate could mean 60 to 90 days.
Okay.
Unless there is that immediate need to move, we're holding off, right? So I had some listings that were prepared to sell in the springtime, but because of this lay of the land, I've even canceled a couple of listings that were already active, and we had actually gone to market right before this happened, but because we couldn't show the property to give the property as much promotion as possible, we couldn't show it that way. Right. I said, guys, considering you're not in a position where you have to sell right now, let's hold off, right? So let's help minimize the stress on the sellers, on the buyers, and let's just parking lot it until we actually have to. So in terms of is it happening? Definitely it's still happening, because people still need to move, but it's slowed down a lot.
Right.
A big market shift is in the types of offers. So let's say even 2 weeks ago, for the last year, we've been in what's called a seller's market, right? So inventory has been very low. there have been lots of buyers. So then that increases the amount of offers. So now we're in these bidding wars, and properties are going for a lot more money than, let's say, the list price.
Right.
Well, now with this shift, there isn't as many buyers, so there aren't as many bidding wars, and there are more conditional offers. So a
Okay.
condition could be on finance because, you know, maybe the buyer can't guarantee that they can, that they're employed, right? Because
Yeah,
nobody knows what's
of
going on.
course.
So we have certain conditions and clauses that we can include that encompass, you know, the current lay of the land with COVID. Some more conditional offers are being accepted. But that even just this morning, I was working with some of my buyers online here. um, they need to move soon. It's not like tomorrow, but they do need to move soon. So I sent them a bunch of listings. I was like, okay, which ones do you like?
Mhm.
And then when I got them on my Zoom call and I showed them like from the back end, you know, what's going on with these listings, I said, okay, guys, so we're only going to look at these listings if you are prepared to put in an offer. Like, you have to love it. And if it is as good as it looks and you guys are ready to move forward, then we'll put in an offer, because we're not window shopping right
Right,
now. Yeah.
right. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's so well, it's good that you can keep working, and yeah, then it's nice that you can take some of that stress off. I mean, it's stressful selling or buying anyway. So
Absolutely.
so it's nice that you can kind of handhold these people through that time, and there's some leniency for them
Yeah.
as well.
It's definitely been a big adjustment, because someone like myself, I'm very high energy, and I need to be like out and doing things.
Yeah.
So this has been really challenging. I've had to really employ my like creative side of things. Like, how can I do things differently, right? So I have the community connection, so I'm still able to connect with people and do interviews, you know,
Yeah.
via Zoom like we're doing now. But what else can I do for my business in the back end to keep me moving forward for when this does settle down and the surge hits, for example,
Right.
right? Like, this is an opportunity for me to really get my my business organization in place, like all my systems in place. So just staying motivated to do that in itself is a challenge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Because we really need to hit the ground running when we're on the other side of this.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
as small business people. Yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
Mhm.
Wow. All right. Well, there's always two sides to the coin. These are some of the challenges that are going on, but I
Yeah.
had asked you if you had a good story that had come out of this. Often we get blessings out of a really hard time. So I was wondering if you could share an uplifting or a happy story with us.
I think that like most people are experiencing right now is they're forced to slow down,
Hmm.
right? They're forced to slow down, and they're forced to have genuine connections, whether it's with somebody that you live with, or let's say family members over the phone. We're not as preoccupied with work and like the external world out there.
Hmm.
So similar to probably what most people are experiencing, it's forced me to focus more on myself,
Right.
right? So like I always had my morning routine, like with my meditation, but throughout the day, I'm noticing that I have to check in more, right?
Yeah.
Like, if I'm noticing that if my mind is wandering, or let's say I start to feel, you know, sad and depressed and lonely, then rather than just acknowledging that and like letting it go, I acknowledge it and then I check in with myself. So I think that this has really promoted everybody just becoming more aware of who they are and what motivates them, and the areas that they need to work on with themselves.
Absolutely. I think we're going to see a lot of personal growth through this
Totally.
whole
Yeah.
thing, and an appreciation for our time with each other when we do
Yeah.
have it, rather than just being so fast, fast, fast. Um,
Yeah. It really shows us what we're
taking
grateful
time
for.
in the moment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely.
that's excellent. So do you have any tips or suggestions for people during this time of isolation and to prepare as far as real estate issues go?
Yeah. So I have some, like with the sellers that I have on contract right now, we're just doing everything that we can from the back end to prepare the
Yeah.
home, right? So I have a whole checklist, and my model is very full service. So I often take care of the painting and the staging and the cleaning, and I have a roster of service professionals. So obviously, I can't send those guys out right now, but I can, empower my clients to do things for themselves. So putting together an agenda, just like whether you're looking to sell a house, or you're not working right now, or you're a stay-at-home mom and you're kind of going bananas, putting a schedule in place.
Yeah.
Like, I know that that's something that I have to constantly remind myself.
Mhm.
Even last week I was like, oh my gosh, like, what am I going to do with my days? But if you plan them out, and even like I have a dog that needs training, so like I put that in my schedule,
Yes.
right? So my morning meditation, my exercise in the afternoon, like, so you really just, you schedule those things and you stick to a schedule, and you wake up and you shower and like you do everything that you would normally do.
Yeah.
That's what's going to push us through.
Yeah. I think that's really important. And I know for me, I just started marking off the days on the calendar so I knew what day
Oh
I was
yeah,
on. Like it's amazing how you sort of lose time and space when we're
totally.
all
That's a
just
great,
at
yeah, I
home.
love that. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for those tips. As I'm doing with all my guests, I'm just trying to close with a bit of fun. So I've asked you to come up and share with us your favorite joke, pun, or anecdote. So here you are on the spotlight.
Well, I don't know if this is my favorite, but it's the one of the most recent ones I heard. My husband says to me yesterday, he goes, uh, what is it? Where does Captain Hook buy his hooks?
Where?
The secondhand store.
Oh, perfect. That's exactly the kind of thing we need. All right.
Cool.
All right. So if people want to contact you because they might be interested, that's still open for them to do, Jenna?
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially now, like, let's just chat.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I will certainly put your links at the bottom of this video so
Great.
people can contact you. And I encourage them to do so, even if it is just a talk,
Yeah,
it's a
for
great way
sure.
to meet
Thank you.
people.
Right
Uh,
on.
Thank you so much, Jenna, and thank you for watching, people, today. If you're interested in seeing more of these, I do have a YouTube channel as well as Facebook and Instagram. They're all and the RMT. So thank you for joining us, and until next time, be blessed and be a blessing to someone else. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Have a great day, Jenna.
You too, Anne.
Thanks
Bye.
so much for doing it.
For sure.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.